Hey, Shalom,
Shalom.
bear with us. Bear with us. Excuse me. Let me check the feed real quick. Make sure it'll pop up on my phone.
Con. So many brothers live trying to find it.
Right, exactly. Same thing here, brother. Just watching all the feeds. So mine's is still pulling up.
Yeah.
Give me a few more seconds. I don't see it yet.
All right, we good.
We good? Hey, Shalom out there.
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom, man. Hey, we are the brothers of Great Millstone, Charlotte, back at you with another live lesson. All right. And before we get started, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. All right, we're back
Shalom.
at you live in the spirit, man. Heavy stuff that's going on. So, of course, there's some articles here that we're going to tread lightly on what we speak, because the PSA went out from the elder apostle Tahar early on about how to move forward when it's dealing, speaking about certain people. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna briefly touch on some things at the end, but got a few things to address. This is news and prophecy, financial woes, and unjust decrees, Novus, Ordo, Seclorum. You know what I'm saying? And brother, you want to chime in on how you want to chime in, brother? Go ahead. We're gonna get it going.
Con. Yep. Because, like you said, Novus, Ordo, Seclorum, right? Meaning that new order of the ages, right? We're seeing that this devil is trying to enact his new world order,
That's right.
right? His NWO, all right, by bringing forth unrighteous decrees and pretty much a controlled demolition, all right, of this existing system so that he has justification and grounds to establish the plans in the earth that he wants to.
Right.
All right. And it's going to be in a chaotic fashion. Now, on the very back of the dollar bill of this man's system, you could find that writing, right? And then also, too, on top of it is the title Annuit Coeptus, which is to say he favors our undertakings, right? And if I made Zaquan right fast, just bring out a quick precept
Yep.
because this devil, all right, the scriptures tell us that the spirit that is within him is not upright, but he is setting his mind to think that he's in a good case.
Right.
Right. This is Psalms 50 and 21. It says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself." Okay. So this devil here, he thinks that he is able to establish his pseudo birthright, all right, his pseudo kingdom, all right, in a manner that is going to pretty much destroy the earth.
Right.
Okay. To ensue violence in the earth further, to
Mm-hmm.
establish his NWO. But it goes on to say, "But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes." And who is being set in order before their eyes, man? The house of David, right? The elect, okay?
That's right.
And this is what's causing this devil to come down with great wrath pursuant to Revelations 12 and 12, because he sees that he's at his end, okay? So these things that we're seeing on the earth are going to continue to intensify, all right, as we go into these news articles pertaining to prophecy.
That's right. You know.
Uh, so like it's Quan.
No, just add on to you. This man is out of here, man. Like he's done for. And as we get close to the end, man, the Lord is making it more, clearer and clearer every day for those that have the eyesight, man. Like it's really time to be on it now, man. Make sure we're on point more than ever. All right, because these legislations that the House just passed concerning certain individuals, this is about to get real. Hey, the famine of the word is here. Expect more, demonization, things like that, us being labeled in certain categories because of what we speak out of the scriptures. This thing's about to get heavy, man. So, we're gonna talk about a couple of these things as we get throughout this lesson. But you got it, brothers.
Con, if I may get that etymology or the etymon for the word news,
Mm-hmm.
because as Aquan has said, we're going to go into some things that are pertaining to the news and prophecy, as you see titled the lesson, where we're going to go into things that are occurring in real time and linking them with the prophecies of the scriptures. right? And that's what we've been doing, all right, starting with our head elder apostles on down, right, is going into the news. Now, when you go into the definition or the etymon of the word news, it literally means new things, all right? And there's a precept that touches on those new things being declared.
Right.
Right. This is, bear with me one moment. Salakia.
Isaiah 42:9.
Khan. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9, I had it right here. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. So the old prophecies have come to pass. All right. And now what we're seeing, right, is the time where the new things are being declared, right? The new prophecies, right, that were forewarned from our foreparents.
That's right.
Before they spring forth, I tell you of them, right? So the duty of the watchmen, the prophets, is to see this vision, right, and to warn the people.
Right.
You know?
That's right. Keep reading.
Verse 10, sing unto Yahweh a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth.
Right. It says, sing unto Yahweh Shemel Shai a new song, which is ultimately what? This word, this gospel that's being taught. All right. That's the new song that's being sung by the prophets in order. All right. On one accord. It says, and his praise from the end of the earth. And where are we at? We are in the uttermost parts of the earth, pursuing the book of Acts. We are in the Americas. Okay. The so-called Western world, the Western hemisphere. This is the utmost part of the earth, from the end of the earth. This is where the word would be magnified from. All right. It started here in the West, specifically Babylon, America. All right. Where this word was pretty much manifest by the prophets coming back. See, it says, keep reading, brother.
God, ye that go down to the sea and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof.
Right. So this word is going out. This word is global, man. You see that? The pursuing the was it Ecclesiastes 24? Let me add on to that real quick. Right, Salakia. Let me grab my my apocrypha. The scripture says to talk about how the light will shine afar off. It's Ecclesiastes 24. And straight to the point. Ecclesiastes 24 or Sirach 24 and verse 32, and it reads, it says, I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. The light is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. The wisdom that's being manifest by the prophets, the wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The Lord has allowed that light to shine afar off. The word is worldwide, is global. You know? But that's the point. You got it, brother.
God. Do you want to go into the articles?
Yep, we'll get right into it. So bear with us. We got a few videos, articles, and we'll tie it all together.
All right.
Bear with me 1 second. All right. There we go.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any of your money. We're dead broke. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money for 40 years in tax in the market, and probably worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. People are going to have to work, continue to work longer and longer. Am I right, Ms. Gender? Can you say something about Social Security?
Yeah, and I'd like to point out, when Social Security was first founded, those who established it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today, it takes 12.4%. And depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%.
All right. I'm going to play this again, Aghanum. I'll have you chime in on that. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. Just listen to what these Edomites are saying, man. This is the state of the economy. All right. And as I said, as we know that this place is getting ready to crash out financially, you should know what the next step is, the next thing that's coming. All right.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000? Impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're 35 trillion in debt. We don't have any of your money. We're dead broke. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, "Where's our damn money
Right.
that we get in?" I
Just
could
want to
put
tell me that. So as we see these guys are discussing this in these chambers, right? What's coming to pass, right? Which is the inevitable, as Aquan has said, the collapse of the dollar, right?
Mhm.
May I get a quick precept, Aquan?
You got it.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble," right? The keepers of the house being the financial people, right? Which we see in that discussion that was had, you know, there was a sense of fear, realizing the state of the economy,
Yep.
right? It says, "And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few." And you just had a report for the economy that came out pertaining to the job market, right? How the job market is stealing, right?
Mhm.
How there's less jobs that are being reported, new jobs that are being reported, and those that look out the windows be darkened, right? So it's going to be a time of darkness, man. All right, as we're seeing the stages being set right now.
That's right. Beautiful, man. And see, as I said, the keepers of the house, man, these are the people who, you know, watch the economy. They pay attention to the numbers. They see the direction this place is headed financially. They're in a state of trembling, man. Like you heard this Edomite, he said all this shit is a scam. People are not going to have any retirement, no 401k. Everybody trusts in the stock market. Everybody has their whole life tied into the stock market, not knowing that this shit is about to crash and they're going to lose everything. You see, the warnings is out here, man. All right, because they have to bring in what, a new digital system, which we'll get into.
money, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, "Where's our damn money that we paid in?" I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. People are going to have to work, continue to work longer and longer. Am I right, Ms. Gender? Can you say something about Social Security?
Yeah, and I'd like to point out when Social Security was first founded, those who established it, it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today, it takes 12.4%. And depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%.
Man. So just segueing from this this video, as we said, you know what's next. All right, this is from America's First Report. Headline, it reads, it says, "Unification of CBDCs. Global banks are telling us the end of the dollar system is near." All right, the end of physical cash. All right, no more money, as we talked about before. All right, because they have to bring in the new system. As the brother brought out, and I was that Isaiah 40. Read that for me again. Isaiah 42 and 9.
God. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare."
These are the new things that are being declared unto you, a new system, a new way of living. This is being presented to you by the way of prophecy, man.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
It says, "Before they spring forth, I tell you of them."
Yeah, before they spring forth, you're being told of them. All right, this is this man's enterprise. This is the as it tells you in Job, this is the fullness of his sufficiency. We are here. All right, the banks are telling you they're getting rid of cash. The heads of these big banks, these corporations are like, look, we hate cash. We want to get rid of it. You know, this is the wave. So anyway, we'll read a little bit and we'll grab more scriptures. So it says here, it says world reserve status allows for amazing latitudes in terms of monetary policy. The Federal Reserve understands that there is a constant demand for dollars overseas as a means to more easily import or export goods. The dollar's petrostatus also makes it essential for trading oil globally. This means that the central bank of the U.S. has been able to create fiat currency from thin air to a high to a far higher degree than any other central bank on the planet while avoiding the immediate effects of hyperinflation. If you want to speak on that, you can.
Right, because it touched on the petrodollar, right, and the status of the dollar's importance to be able to, trade oil, right? We're now seeing that being dismantled with the BRICS Union, right, coming together, along with Saudi Arabia now aligning themselves with BRICS, and how all of these nations are now trying to pretty much detach themselves from the dollar.
Right.
That's not backed by anything. It's just backed by the oil, right? The control.
Con. Matter of fact, if you want that other article, have that on deck too. Let me see if there's any more I want to read. It says much of that cash as well as dollar dominated debt, physical and digital, ends up in the coffers of foreign central banks, international banks, and investment firms, where it is held as a hedge or used to adjust the exchange rates or other currencies for trade advantage. As much as one half of the value of all U.S. currency is estimated to be circling abroad. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. Excuse me. All right.
That article up there where it talks about the deal with the devil, that paragraph, some information in there.
We're at the top.
That middle Bretton Woods agreement.
Okay, I'll read that. So it says the Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944 established the framework for the rise of the U.S. dollar, and while the benefits are obvious, especially for the banks, there are numerous costs involved. Think of world reserve status as a deal with the devil. You get the fame, you get the fortune, you get the hot girlfriend and the sweet car, but one day the devil is coming to collect, and when he does, he's going to take everything, including your soul.
Man, and that's exactly what these elites are trying to do.
Yep.
Right? They're coming for everything. They tell you, look, you will own nothing and you will be happy.
Facts.
Right? And on the backside, they are trying to come for your soul with that what? That charagma, man. Right? Which is written of in Revelation's 13th chapter. Right? Which is going to be connected to this new system of buying and selling.
Yes. Let's get that. I'll pull that up real quick on your end.
I got it. Is it in the screen? I can't see.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. This is from Blacklisted News, posted April 29th. It says, new report, over 98% of world central banks are gearing up for new system of programmable trackable digital cash, and 24 nations will have live CBDCs by 2030.
Con, that's it. And let's get the Zephaniah 1.
Con.
All right. Out with the old, in with the new.
Mm-hmm. And Novus, Ordo, Seclorum.
Mm-hmm.
This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills.
You can speak on it, brother.
God. So what we're seeing is these financial centers are preparing to be cut off today, right? There's a great crashing from the hills, right? A great fall of the economy. Verse 11, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut off. All they that bear silver are cut off. Again, just touching on the point of the financial centers, right, being cut off. There is a new system, a new way of buying and selling that's being prepared to be unveiled. But in order for that new system to be accepted, or should I say erected, there has to be a falling away of this existing system first.
Absolutely. And this is what we're seeing. This is what can no longer be denied, man. All right. That's why we said when this thing is fully established, you Israelites that's been playing around with the prophecies, you're going to look like idiots when this time comes, man, because you're going to have to address this to your congregation. This is all part of prophecy. But the point with you guys, where do you break it down?
Right.
And that's the thing right now. And it's going to be shown pursuing the Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, the last verse, that the true prophets were among you.
Yep.
See?
May I get to the next verse, Quan, as you have said?
You got it.
Zephaniah 1 and 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candlesticks and punish the men that are settled on their lees.
Yeah. The Lord's going to search Jerusalem. He's going to search out He gonna search out these false prophets, man. Those that are settled upon their leaves, that are in a state of comfort and security, man. All right, these guys that are just trying to collect the bag, have a little clout, little status, ain't really about the warning of the sheep, man. You're gonna be punished by the Lord. You got it, bro.
It says they say in their heart, or pardon me, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil.
You got it.
So that's the mindset of these false prophets, man, because they're not giving the true report, right? We see that evils and only evils is coming upon the earth, right? But these guys are, trying to, make way for their own means, right?
Yeah.
To fill their own bellies.
Yeah, exactly. Get Ezekiel 7 and was it 19? Get that. These are the new things. Once again, these are the new things that are being declared unto you, man. These are all tied into the financial woes, man. The people that trust in the bag and the 401k and the stock market, you're about to lose. Everything that you trust in America, you're going to lose, man.
Yep.
This is what we're trying to warn you, man. It's time to detach and cling onto Yahweh Shem Shai, man, while you still got the chance. All right, Jake, you got it, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh.
There you go. So as it read, it says they're going to cast out their silver and their gold. Read that in NLT.
God, Ezekiel 7 and 19 in the NLT. It says they will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and gold won't save them on that day of Yahweh's anger. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up.
Right. This what the people gonna be doing. All right. When they crash out, this money, this is what they're gonna be doing. They're gonna be setting that shit on fire, man. They're gonna be burning that shit in the street. And that's pretty much the status of the dollar bill right now, man. It has no value. James the 5th chapter. Your riches are corrupted and moth-eaten, as the scriptures say, man. It has no value. There's no strength behind the dollar bill no more, man. All right. So it's clear as day that this new CBD system is about to come to fruition. All right. They're getting ready to push this CHIP, man, and all hell is gonna break loose. Jacob's trouble, World War III, and the return of Yahweh Shem Shai. How about that? You have something out?
Is my screen still sharing? Oh, it's not? Okay,
yeah. Oh, no, I got you. I'm about to pull it up.
No, that's all good. I just had a precept because you had mentioned James 5.
You got it.
I'm going to grab it right quick. James chapter 5 and verse 1, it says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you."
Yep, the rich men, which is basically the elite, the elite of Esau. All right, the bankers. You got it.
Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten.
Because the dollar is valueless, right? It doesn't have the power that it once had. It doesn't have that gold standard anymore. All right. As we read, they're just printing money just to be printing the shit, man.
Right.
You got it, bro.
Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire.
Keep going.
Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
Yeah, you have heaped treasure together for the last days. This is it. Basically, Yahweh Shem Shai is coming to collect. All right. Everything that he owns, all of his substance is going to be melted away, as the scriptures say, man. See? You got it, bro.
May I get a quick precept?
Yeah, you got it.
Just to touch on that. Job 20 and 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh Shem Shai shall cast him out of his belly.
That's right.
Yep. So all of these riches that this devil has gotten, right, that he's mustered up, he's going to lose eventually, man.
That's right.
Right? And he's going to ultimately, all of these riches that this devil has accumulated, these resources, right, these precious metals, all of those things, the possession of the lands, is going to go into the true person or the true nation that was given that order to govern the earth, to rule the earth, which is the Israelites.
Come on. That's it. Go back to that 98% article again, and then we'll segue to the next point. We just want to talk about, just to add some more onto the financial woes. that are coming to this place. All right, for those that have no clue that this current money system is about to crash. You know.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
It goes on to say all this despite almost zero coverage in the mainstream corporate media to date, most of which still refers to a fully digitized monetary system as C theory. It says the era of cash money is nearing its end, and with it will come the end of privacy. The World Economic Forum claims in a new report that 98% of the world's central banks have agreed to implement the globalist long-awaited dream of a cashless society. Most central banks, such as the U.S. Federal Reserve, are quasi-government institutions owned privately by billionaire bankers, right? Because the Federal Reserve is a private bank, right? It's connected to the international banks across the world, right? That have been set up by really trillionaire bankers, really the banking families of the world. It says, and the WEF is not the first to reveal the plans of the globalist elite, which have been preparing for years to eliminate paper fiat currencies. But this latest report indicates the grand plan is now very close to being realized, perhaps just awaiting a triggering event,
Yep,
a black swan event of some type, before making the switch to digital cash.
Yep.
Right.
And we were talking about that at camp. That black swan event could be them talking about, hey, cyber attack, EMP, the computer systems were shut down, the banks were hacked, because these are the things that are being echoed by the feds right now, the head of Homeland Security, all that. You know, they're telling you that pretty much all of America's infrastructure is vulnerable by Chinese and Russian hackers. You see what I'm saying? So once the right event, you know, once they use that right crisis to take this thing out, it's a wrap. Right? Yep. And they're gonna excuse me, they're gonna usher in the MOTB. You know, and that's the image that's speaking right now. If you want to get Revelation 13, and then we'll segue into the to the unrighteous decrees. All right.
If I may, Zaquan, could I touch on that black swan as well?
Yeah, you got it.
Just a potential, you know, black swan, but you know, something that's being discussed at these summit meetings. You want me to get Revelations 13 first?
Just go on the spirit. If you want to get that first, or get your article, you know, either or.
You get Revelations 13. It's Revelations 13 and verse 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth."
Jump down to 15.
Okay, 15. All right. Revelations 13 and verse 15. And he had power to speak. Pardon me. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
That the image of the beast. That's this new technocracy system. This modernized Roman Empire system that's being implemented, man. All right, where their way of branding is gonna be through this technology by tracking you and owning you, man. That's this man's system that's existing, that's speaking now. You got it, brother?
God. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah, and what else is tied into this thing? Not only the financial aspect, but the social credit scores, or how you're going to be judged based off your societal status, or how you being what they deem as a good citizen. You'll have, and that's going to determine whether you're going to have access to more funds and how to move throughout society. You see that? That's pure hell, man. You know, but that's what's coming to pass. This man's system, the AI, the artificial intelligence, the MOTB. You see that? Everything going digital, right? That all ties in. You know, anymore?
God. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Yeah, which we know that's the charagma, the device that's going to go underneath the skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the way. That's going to be the new way of buying and selling, of doing commerce throughout society. All right.
Yep.
Any more?
Yep. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
All right, which is pretty much this system that I just talked about. That's going to fully be able to track everybody, your purchases, how you move in and your all that, man. You're going to be owned by the elite. Okay, you got it.
And just tying into what we were discussing with the Black Swan event, right? Here it is. You have, as of April 25th, regulators. So I don't know why this just popped up. Regulators being told to be ready to handle failed clearinghouses, right? So it makes mention of these various clearinghouses, all right, listed here, which are major clearinghouses for different access to funds being moved around. Now, I got some further information I'm going to pull up, but it says in the article, regulators must equip themselves with tools such as bail-in bonds to deal quickly with a failed clearinghouse for stocks, bonds, or derivatives without having to call on taxpayers for cash, the G20 risk watchdog said on Thursday. After the global financial crisis of 07 or 08, regulators mandated clearing for a wider range of derivatives, meaning they could pass through a clearer back by a default fund to ensure completion of trades. Now, when you go further into this bail-in, right, pretty much a bail-in will pull the funds from account holders, right? So instead of having to do a bailout, getting money from the federal government, they would just take the money from the people. But what we could see that being used as a black swan, right? Okay, the existing system, all right, of how you're able to, deal funds, right? That old system is done away with. We still have your money tied up into a bail-in to save these institutions due to this black swan event. If you want to get your money back in this new system that we've created to try to mitigate these problems and sorts of things from happening, this is how you'll have to do it. This is just one of the many black swan events that could take place, possibly,
right. God, exactly. It was called economic martial law.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing that's going to go is the money in people's bank accounts. That's the first thing that's getting snatched up.
Yep.
So it makes sense. It makes sense, man. But anyway,
if I may add,
you got it, bro.
I may add, because it's going to leave a lot of these people defenseless, man. Right? And the scriptures speak about that. Right? That's why we're telling our people, right, to repent and to believe in His word, so that you'll actually have something of substance to get you through these times. Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's right.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:11. Or pardon me, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. Right? And a lot of people have set up these riches as their defense without any understanding or wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Right? So through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, pursuant to Isaiah 33:6, it shall be the stability of our times. Right? But these people that don't have that, they're not going to have any defense because the money is going to get taken away from them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to run down to Egypt for that protection, for that aid, for that defense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a snare unto you.
Exactly. The setup is very clear, man. They're going to run down and get that. They're going to run down and get that device. Because the people have zero faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, and it's really going to show when the Lord presents this time of trouble. There's a time like no other, as the scriptures say. All right. So, is there anything else you want to add in there?
No, that's pretty much the point in this article.
Yep. So go back to the title again. Read that one more time. Scroll back up, I mean. Yep. So read that one more time.
98% of world central banks gearing up for a new system of programmable, trackable digital cash. And 24 nations will have live CBDCs by 2030.
There you go. So the proof is in the pudding, as they say, man. 98% of all the world's central banks, that's all the nations, everybody is on board, man. All right. Setting up a new system of programmable, trackable digital cash. What could that be? All right. Just be ready. All right. And back to and then just showing this again. All right, unification of CBDCs. Global banks are telling us the end of the dollar system is near. All right, everything that you need to see is right in your face. All right, Give me Ezekiel 33, 1 through 4 real quick, as we talked about.
Gone.
And we'll go on to the next point.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 1. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Right. So all you Israelites out there, you were warned by the true prophets first, man. The true prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shah first. All right. You were told, you were thoroughly edified on what this system is and what's about to happen to the dollar. All right. So when it all goes down, there's no cloak. There's no way you can't say you didn't know, you didn't hear. All right. Keep going, brother.
Khan. Priest Amon said that he's backstage.
Okay, Khan, let me let him in.
Khan.
Hey, Shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
Hey,
Shalom.
Shalom. So, hey, priest, you can jump in where you fit in, brother. So we'll go back.
God. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 4. Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Yeah, he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul, man. So you Jakes out there, this ain't hard to see, man. All right. The MOTB, the prophecy of the MOTB has to come to pass. All right. We are at that point. This is how serious this thing is getting. We are really at the end of this thing, man. Romans 13 and 11, our salvation is nearer than what we believe, man. Okay. The Lord is allowing this thing to be magnified right now, showing you how close Jacob's trouble, MOTB, World War III, the destruction of Babylon, and the salvation of the elect, which is right there. You know,
right?
You got it, brother.
I got a quick one. Feed in. This is Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Just feeding off of what you brothers was going into, because the elect, will be able to see where all this is headed to, man. As y'all been going into, how Esau is purposely crashing out this society to bring in this new system, which is going to be centered around the MOTB. So a prudent man, prudent goes into a wise man, he foreseeth the evil. We see the direction this world is going and what this man's about to do. So we're, as you was going into earlier, getting more wisdom to help us, be sustained in that day so that we don't bug out when this society, collapses. Because there's going to be a day that you wake up, you ain't going to be able to, withdraw money from your account anymore. Your account's going to be zero. And they'll tell you, look, you want your money back, you got to go down to these chipping stations and get, poked up, man. So it says, but the simple pass on and upon him. That's the rest of these people that's not paying attention to what's going on. What they call the sheeple. They're gonna go with the direction of society's going, and eventually they're gonna be destroyed, man.
God, heavy. We'll go back. Any more in that Ezekiel 33?
No, that's pretty much the point.
That's pretty much the point. All right, so excuse me, you brothers and sisters, you get it, man. This is where we at with this thing. These are the new things that are being declared unto you, man. All right. So anyway, getting into the unjust decrees and wrongful legislation, these articles and videos speak for themselves. You know who we're talking about. We don't got to get into detail. This just shows you that, look, the famine of the word is on the way, and the great persecution of the prophets and the believers in Yahweh Shem Yahushai is on its way as well. All right. So as you read the headline, it says the House passed the bill of the Anti-You-Know-What Awareness Act. Let's play that. So this thing is in the books. It's on deck now.
Breaking news. The House recently passed a controversial bill dubbed the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act, which critics argue stifles freedom of political expression. Under this legislation, federal funding for student protesters advocating for Palestine could be withdrawn. Moreover, the bill broadens the definition of anti-Semitism to include critiques of Israeli policy, making it punishable to compare it to historical events like the actions of the Nazi regime. This move has sparked outcry, as many believe it infringes upon the First Amendment right to express political opinions. Critics also highlight the diversity of opinions within the Jewish community, pointing out that not all Jews support Israeli policies. The passage of this bill underscores the tension between political interests and individual rights, with some accusing politicians of prioritizing corporate donors over civil liberties. Are we letting our government normalize this type of laws? Or when do we put a stop to this before it's too late?
There you go. So a lot of these riots that are going on these college campuses, you're finding out that they're all organized and paid for, man. By the same people who always, bring forth these agent provocateurs, Soros, the 48ers, because this is going on to pretty much they're allowing these things to come to pass so they can have these laws passed which further shields them from any type of scrutiny.
Right.
Yep.
If I can add to you, because like you were saying, these protests they're orchestrated, man.
Yep.
Because when you watch the Apostle Gabar's lesson when he was speaking on this is the same playbook they ran during the Vietnam War in the same exact colleges, man. All right.
Okay.
So I forget the guy's name that was like one of the main people that was running it, but they ended up writing a book and a movie based off that. This is the same playbook that they're running again. So real quick, 2 Corinthians 2:11.
Yep.
Let Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we see that, like you just said, all this is just a reason for them to push forth this legislation to try to protect the small hats, because as everything that's being called out on these damn these rats, man, the world is waking up to them being a problem. So Esau he's pretty much having to do these different things to try to shield himself from being persecuted, but the Most High is still bringing these allegations against him because he has to be exposed to be the devil, man.
That's it, man. He's on trial. Can I get Isaiah 10:1 real quick? We'll read, a little bit and add on to what you got out of him as well.
I got you. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yep. So woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Going back to this bill that's passed to pretty much, to cover, the JJ's behind, so we see that all this is doing is to keep them from because right now this allows them to maintain immunity, that protection, that hedge, because right now all of the world he's being called out, man. He's being exposed, you see. So they need this. They need more of this agent provocateur madness going on these campuses to further, play off the story of them being the victim, So it says here, we have some. It says this headline here. It says the anti-you-know-what protests are being organized by paid professional agitators, basically agent provocateurs, and are being funded by the usual suspects, right? It says, reading on here, it says, if you actually believe that it's just a coincidence that anti-you-know-what protests have spontaneously erupted at dozens of colleges and universities all over the nation, you are just being delusional. It says, as you will see below, these protests are being organized by paid professional agitators, and they are being funded by the same far-left sources that have funded other radical protest movements in the past, because they do this thing to add fuel to the Ordo ab Chaos. They need the chaos to bring forth what? The destruction and order.
Yeah, that's the Hegelian dialect.
That's
pressure
it.
From above, pressure from below. So they say problem, reaction, solution. So this is all what's being done. They presented the problem. All right, set all these down protests, quote unquote protests up at these pristine colleges, to the point to where they said they're disrupting, the campus, activities to where it's causing problems, they're causing damages. So now the solution to bring, is for them to pass this law to where, according to what they were saying, they said that anybody that's protesting on these campuses is at risk of losing their funding.
Yeah.
So, but we know the deeper meaning behind that. But that's what they're putting out to the public.
Right. Exactly. And we're coming into the time of that famine of the word. Can you hold that too?
Mm-hmm.
If I may add as well, just thinking about the fact that these are college students, there's no way college students at the end of April have any type of financial means to be able to put together these type of things across the U.S.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So again, just feeding off of that point, it's got to be orchestrated.
Absolutely. You got it, bro.
This is Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh."
Yeah, and that's the famine of the word. Just going back to what was been with the law. That's pretty much in the books now, that you can't say anything against this particular group of people. You see that, which is going to result in more condemnation against us, the scriptures, and everything else that's attached to it. You got it, bro.
Verse 12, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it."
You got it.
God. So these people are literally going to wander to try and find this truth, but at that time, right, it's not going to be accessible. Right. Now is the time where you try to get the access to the word, right? Where you try to get your oil, right? Because there's going to be a lot of people out here that are going to be without oil. They didn't make proper uses of this grace period to get the word while they still could, right? And it's going to do a grave disservice unto them to the point where they're going to look for the comfort of the scriptures, but it's not going to be there. As we're going to go into with these articles, man, they're setting up grounds to pretty much cause this famine, man.
Yep. And coming against those that are in power is a global problem. The fact that they're being revealed, they're being exposed, they're being called out. This is a global problem, man. So you already see where this is headed. He's getting ready to lock down and come down with that great wrath on everything, man, because he knows that he has but a short time. We're here. These things are coming. These prophecies are coming into fruition. You got it, priest.
Oh no, I have none. You go ahead.
Okay, what you had, one?
Oh no, I had to get this video I'm trying to prepare to try and send to you, because you had the ADL leader that touched on how this whole protest is causing a problem that they're trying to nip in the bud. See if I can find it.
Like I said, they're on the back foot right now, man. Everything that's being spoke about them, everybody's seeing that. Like I said, they're the problem. These niggas are the problem. So with that being said, Esau scrambling. That's why, like, we was going to that camp, breaking down the definition of what anti-Sem really means, and it's just it's a shield for them.
It's just a shield, just a way to get that's their get out of jail free card, man. So he's taking it to the next level by pushing this bill through Congress, man, to get this to pass, where you can't say anything, and that's why it's about to get intense. They're going to really start using. Give me Revelation 2 and 10, all right, because they're going to start finding individuals, throwing you into prison. These are the things that the Lord, warned us about. These are the times that we're coming into. Where hey, you got that the article about the Bible lock? Pull that up on yours. I'm gonna share your screen. All right.
You want that Revelation right now?
Yeah, read that right now, because it's not a game out here, man. Right? Exactly. Civil unrest, as Tazamak said.
Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Speak on it.
Right. So, hey, we're at risk of, being that persecution coming upon us. So brothers are going to get thrown in jail, possibly. Brothers gonna be, fined, all, for calling this devil out for what he's been doing, man. So these are things that the Lord warned us of, and we have to mentally be prepared for. Which is why, as we've been going into, like Tyler mentioned earlier, about having that oil, man, because the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, is what's going to sustain you to be able to endure whatever comes out of this, man. Because it's about to get real out here, man. Like the lesson I did yesterday. All right, that when shit gets too hot up out here, you can't be in that spirit of, well, I didn't sign up for this. This is exactly what we were brought in here to do, man.
Right.
Jake, as you've been seeing, Jake been getting scared, man. You got niggas selling out, niggas changing the doctrine up, all right, because they're scared to, get that persecution brought on them by Esau. But we already knew what we was getting into the moment we stepped into this truth, man.
Shit. That's it, man. So yeah, read that article.
This is from Newsweek, titled May 2nd. It says Republicans voting for bill that can make the Bible illegal outrages MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
And this is funny. It's funny to think because these are the Republicans are technically conservative, so they try to uphold the old, quote unquote, old ways.
Right. But that's the two wings of the same beast, speaking, because at the end of the day, Esau's playing both sides. Neither one of these niggas truly believe in the Bible.
Right.
Like exactly. You said, the so-called conservatives, they have more of a what you would call, quote unquote, biblical view of how things are supposed to be. Which is why they come against, the 187s. They come against, the Woes and all that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're still, the same police, man. They just help fuel that side, fuel that fire for that civil war.
Exactly. I got a precept before you read on Octagon.
Okay.
I got one too.
This is John 15 and 18, and it reads, it says, if the world, this is a red letter Yahushua speaking, it says, John 15, verse 18, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Verse 19, it says, if you were of the world will love his own, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And we're getting ready to literally see the whole world come against us, man.
That's right.
Right? That's coming, man. All right. It says, verse 20, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So as our Lord was persecuted, our forefathers was persecuted, the same thing is going to happen to us. And we see the legislation that's being put into play. As early on, we saw the joint from Canada, the law that's pretty much trying to punish anybody that's reading certain scriptures, the Bible, jail time, hefty fines. You see that this bill can't talk about a certain group of people. You see, it's all coming together. It says, one more verse, it says, or two more, it says, but all these things, John 15 and 21, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. You see, verse 22, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned, but now they have no cloak for their sin. So once again, as we talked about earlier, you Israelites out there were warned about all these things. All right. So there's no way, it's impossible to say that you didn't know, that you didn't hear.
Because, hey, the Esau's coming after the prophets, man, whether you realize that or not, man. All the subtle sneak dissing they've been doing, the legislation that's being passed behind closed doors, they're becoming more and more public that they're coming after us, man. So we got to, make sure we're doing right by the Lord.
That's right.
Real quick, this is Isaiah 29 and 21. It says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. And that's what Esau is trying to do to us, man. All right, make us an offender for the word, because we're calling him out for all the atrocities that he's done against us and Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
He's trying to demonize us for that, like you said. All right, if we were of this world and we were, advocating for things of this world, they wouldn't be, coming after us like this. But because we are advocating for a new kingdom, all right, which makes us a threat to this current kingdom, man.
Right.
So because he's doing that, he's trying to, lay that snare, all right, for all those that he sees that's not with this. Because they know who's all, watching the videos. They know each and every one of our faces. All right. They know they because they tap everything, the phones, all that, so they know who you're talking to about the things that that's going on. So they know everybody that's not with this agenda, man.
Okay.
All right. So if you're speaking out, prepare to be persecuted, which will make sense if you got some common sense to get right with Yahweh Shem Shah, so that you have a hedge to protect you from this stuff.
Okay. You got out, Tazwan.
The article says MAGA conservatives voice outrage at congressional Republicans voting for the anti act over concerns it would make the Bible illegal.
Ooh, see, that's heavy. Read that again. Can you blow that up?
It says, can you see this?
Yep.
It says MAGA conservatives voiced outrage at congressional Republicans voting for the anti act over concerns it would make the Bible illegal.
Right. So this bill that's just passed, that you can't speak about those that's running the world, this can also make the Bible illegal. You see that? This is what they need, man. They need to agitate, bring more agent provocateur activity at these protests, these campus riots, so they can further push forth the banning of the Bible.
Right.
As Priest just quoted, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You see it.
Right.
You got it, brother.
Right. Because if I may add, with the word being brought out in the world, right, the truth being declared, as it tells us in 2 Ezra 6:28, it's disrupting this devil system. Right. This devil was loosened for a little time, as it tells us in Revelation, to deceive the nations. Right. And with all this truth coming out through the scriptures, right, through the Holy Spirit, it's now causing a end sign for his establishment, man. In opposition, if you would say. I had a quick precept, if I may.
Go ahead.
This is Esther chapter 12:5. It says, seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our estate, working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established. So just by the truth being declared, by us coming back to our heritage, right? All right, as the sons of Israel, right? Yashar Allah, we are now seeing that this devil is understanding. Look, I can't keep going with my kingdom if I'm saying that I'm this, but then the true people are exalting themselves as such.
Exactly.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I gotta add on to that. Get that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter.
Hey, I'm right here. That's
the spirit.
I'm gonna start at the 12th verse. If that's cool.
Do that. Yep.
Kind. Matter of fact, I started at 11 because that's going into what we're talking about. So, Wisdom of Solomon 2:11. Actually, 10. It says, "Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice," which is what this law is supposed to. These laws are supposed to be. This is his so-called justice, all right, to save himself. It says, "For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. And he is clean, contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law.
Yep.
And objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education."
Yeah, all of his lies, man. It says we objective. What did it say? It says he upbraideth us with the offending the law. Yeah, everything that he set up on this side is against the laws of the Most High.
Exactly.
Right? And the prophets are what are they doing? They're condemning them. They're testifying against them, man. Everything that he set up is anti-Messiah through the way of his science, his technology, all of these idols, these false doctrines, everything that goes against Yahweh Shem Shah, man.
Right.
So he's being revealed for. He's the son of perdition. You got it.
And if I could make a point too, because as we know, it was during Reagan's era, they made the Bible the law of the land, right?
Yep.
So if America is supposed to be based on the Bible now, what sense would it make for them to pass this bill, which would in turn try to make the Bible illegal? That would show that if these people are supposed to be the true people of God, why are they trying to do away with the very book that's their foundation is based on, man? That lets you know that these people, they're not the real people of the Lord, man. These people are the devil, man.
Yep.
All right. It says, verse 13, he professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord, which is what Tazawam just said. All right, for them to continue to further this enterprise off of a false narrative, but then in the same kingdom, all right, they see it as people rising up and speaking contrary to what they're saying, telling the world that we are the true people of the Lord. That's a problem. And for so long, they've tried to ignore us. They tried to downplay us, but now it's becoming such a worldwide thing to where he has no choice but to address it, and which is what he's doing now.
That's it.
Says here.
Go ahead, Salakia.
Mm-hmm. It says he was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
Yep, you got it.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his father.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what we're saying, man. All right? Because like we said, we are the true sons of God. We are the real Israelites, man. Okay? And everything that, this man has been putting out through all his lives through the years, it doesn't align with the prophecies that said was going to happen in the last days concerning the true people of the Lord, man.
Absolutely.
This is why we're coming into this time to where these laws are being passed, because his back is against the wall, man. Because the world is waking up to see, these niggas ain't the people.
Man.
They're actually believing what we're saying, but at the end of the day, these heathens don't want us to get in the power seat either. So this is why nobody's really, hearing what we got to say for real.
Yeah, that's it, man.
You want to keep going?
That was I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it. We'll read some more, and I got a quick scripture too.
Okay.
If you got anything else you want to read in the article.
It's a little bit more. It says Congress on Wednesday passed a bill which would require the Department of Education to use the IHRA working definition of anti-you-know-what when enforcing anti-discrimination laws. It comes as colleges across the U.S. have seen pro-you-know-what protests that critics say at times have allegedly veered into anti-you-know-what. Right. Now, there was a video, Lord willing, I could find it and share it amongst the church. But pretty much you had the ADL leader on a recorded line discussing how they're trying to pretty much gain back control of the narrative. Right. Because at this point, Esau has completely lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And now what we're going to see is these people try to gain back control of the narrative by pretty much just funneling the truth out of the way, man.
That's right.
Making every law possible for you to not know for you to not speak the truth, pretty much.
Yep.
That's what it's about. Can I get Zechariah 12:3?
I got you. This is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 3. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people.
Yeah. Jerusalem, the prophets, basically is likened unto a burdensome stone amongst the people, man. This word is what's really bringing down the society. The strongholds are being torn down by the way of the word. So we're like a burden onto the people. How much more the elites? Isaiah 13:2, that this word has gone up to the gates of the nobles, the judges, the officers, the leaders of the world. Go ahead.
All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it.
Right, because at the end, ultimately, these people are going to be destroyed. They're going to be cut into pieces by the destruction, by the missiles, man. And all that come against us, man. Hey, the Lord's likened us to a brazen wall, like a defense shield, man.
Right.
So when these people come against with these allegations and these stories, it's not going to hold any weight, man. It's not going to stick. The Lord's going to be with us in the midst of this this trouble, this persecution that's coming. So we see it all once again. We see it all, coming together full circle.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You got anything else? You want to add?
Yes. More in this article.
This whole little paragraph is good.
Yeah.
You got it.
It says the bill drew bipartisan criticism with both Democrats and Republicans voting against it. Critics argue the bill, if signed into law, stifles free speech that is protected by the U.S. Constitution and is overly broad in its definition of anti-you-know-what, pointing to the definition, including claiming that the existence of the state of Israel is a racist endeavor.
Which you show that's some BS, man, because like we always been going into dealing with that word, it's an ever-changing definition.
Right.
They can't never give you a full definite answer of what anti-sin really means, man.
Right.
All right. So this is why, as it said, it stifles free speech, because if they go to pass this bill, which more than likely they're going to, then that's the end of free speech, man. Ain't no more talking on these small hats, and then they can extend it to go anywhere else with it, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So what he's doing is ultimately he's killing the act of speaking out against these devil system, period, man.
Yeah, this nigga got he got free range to go in on anything. He can tie anything into that web of anti, you know what, man. So it's like, look, you see it, fam, under the word, man. The Lord's he's about to close up shop. You know,
further solidifies the scripture that was brought out earlier about how it says he's gonna make a man an offender for a word. Because just off of speech, just off of talking about these damn people, off of what's wrong with the world, can pretty much land you in jail or possibly get you killed, man.
Quick one.
I just wanted to bring up.
Salakia. I had a quick one real fast. This is Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 14. It says, "Wherefore thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, because you speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them."
That's it, man. And that's what's going on, man. All right, because this word is lighting up these devils, man. All right, and all the detractors and naysayers, because like I mentioned earlier, they tried for so long to deny and ignore, us. But hey, this word is becoming so much of a burdensome stone. They had no choice but to address this, which is why they're passing this bill. All right, these people, like I said, it make this word fire, and the people would, man. Esau, he's hot, man.
Getting burnt up.
Yep.
You got to.
I just wanted to add to that point, about what brothers were discussing as far as this point of the definition, including the claim to the existence of the state of the small hats. You had an article posted back in November of 2023 that said that nearly the entire House just equated anti-Z to anti-you-know-what.
Yep.
Pretty much reaffirming their right to be what they are, right?
Exactly.
So again, as we see the control of Esau, he's losing that grip, and he's doing everything within his power to root out anything that could be seen as opposition.
Yep. As a threat.
Yep. But this point right here was a big point that they tried to mention in the bill. It says, ultimately, 91 members of Congress voted against it. It says some conservatives are taking issue with the bill over the definition of anti-you-know-what, including claims of Jews killing Yahweh Shai or blood libel, arguing it could mean that parts of the Bible would now become illegal.
Yep. We here, y'all. How exactly buckle up? How much more plainer can we make this thing through the spirit? You see it, Jake.
All right. But they have that saying, if you want to know who's in power, know who you can't speak about.
Yep.
So they're showing their hand, but that's why at the end of the day, if you got the wisdom and the eyes to see, all right, you should be able to see, like, look, this the writing's on the wall for this place, man.
Come on, brother. I got one more if you, our brothers ain't got anything else. Let's get that one in 2nd Ezra 15, sedition amongst men. Egyptian versus Egyptian, get that real quick, because as we're showing you this article and these bills and all these unjust decrees that are being passed, this is going to bring a lot of tension between, these Americans, those that know who's in the power seat. Everybody's, coming to the realization that no matter who you vote for, whatever political party you believe in is pretty much bullshit. They all play for the same team.
Right.
You know, people understand that. Look, man, you know your vote really doesn't count. You
Hey,
see what I'm saying? You got it, brother.
I was going to add, because you remember, that's how you know that divide is already happening. Because remember, we had to deal with them Edomites about a couple months back, and they were saying, you know, when we talking about Esau going to slavery, it was like, well, we're not the ones doing the bad thing. It's the small hats.
Yeah.
So they're already noticing that as well, man. So like you said, that civil unrest is going to, you know, be split between them as well, and they're going to be the main one that's going to crash out, because they see that they're getting shitted on, man. You know?
Facts.
Heavy, super heavy, man. So, you know, everything is in the everything is in plain sight. You know, I forgot about this this tab here, but it says, this is from Wall Street Journal. This came out on the 24th of April. It says civil war is more real than what you expect. You see what I'm saying? This thing is intensified, man. Everybody's divided on every side, man.
Right.
Politically, religiously, you know, whatever. You know, what they identify with, whatever it is. That's the spirit of division, which is also the plagues that Yahweh Shemel Shai has sent upon this place, man. So we're telling you that this shit is about to hit the fan, Jake. You got it, bro.
You said Second Ezra is 16 and what?
15 and was it 14 on down?
God.
You got a Tasman?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, got it.
Second Ezra 15 and 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Yeah, hey, those are the civil wars. All right, go ahead.
Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right, as we were telling you at the beginning of this lesson, how we're showing you that they're about to get rid of this current financial system and bring in this new digital one, man. So when there's no more use of money, right, people are going to crash out. All right, it's going to be invasions, it's going to be more robberies, there's going to be all types of shit going on, looting. You know, the things that we're seeing now, man, people just breaking into stores, ransacking, you know, retail and shit like that. We're about to see a whole nother level of this thing, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, more.
Yeah. Con, may I read a little bit more and then read this in the GNT?
Con.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed. Pardon me, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right. So all of these evils that's going to come upon the world, right, in the time of civil unrest, right, ultimately civil war, right, race riots, right, all of these things that we're seeing that's being set up to come about. This great division is going to ensue that.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is exactly what is prophesied to come to pass. These are those new things, right, that we're seeing play out. But prophecy is warning you of these things before it happens.
Yeah. Even the possibility of them not having a presidential election this November, man, that's been talked about.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if that goes down, if that doesn't happen, you already know where this place is headed.
Bro, because the way it's looking, if America don't get Trump back in, they're gonna riot no matter what, bro. Whether it's an election or a Biden wins, they're gonna go for it, man.
Oh yeah.
Yep. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14 in the GNT. It says, the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. There will no longer be free access to the cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live.
Yep.
You know? So just rehashing the point, man, right, of how intense these times are going to be, right?
God. For those who've seen the movie, you know what I'm saying? It's a good movie. I mean, it's It's Isaiah 19 and what 3 and 2nd Ezra 15, 16 all day, man. You know. So
I
those,
actually had that if you wanted it.
oh yeah, you can bring it out. You know.
God. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It
You got it.
says, yeah, 'cause that's exactly what, as we're talking about the civil war that Esau was purposely brewing up. This is why you see division literally in everything. Like we're speaking about, even beyond the political world, it's in every facet of America. All right, it's
Mm-hmm.
division. All right, to where these people are going to want to crash out on each other for whatever they want to, man. Okay, so
Facts.
nobody's in agreement with anything anymore, man.
Yep.
It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to the familiar spirits and to the wizards. And these they're not gonna be able to tell you nothing, man, because America's done. All right. The prophecies, they spell out America's ultimate destruction, man. All right. So we are literally witnessing the end of Babylon the Great, man.
That's it. Man, hey, the writing is on the wall in this hole.
Yeah, man. Many to kill you forcing, man. It's
Yeah,
finished.
man. That's it, man. So hey, we just watching out for everything, man. This place is in a world of hurt. Just wanted to address this real quick. It says, this is from the Epoch Times. It says how social media censorship may impact the 2024 presidential election. All right.
Mm.
So hey, man, anything could happen, man. They could overturn this shit. Not allow Trump to get in office. Maybe something will happen to him, whatever, man. But Lord willing, this is the year, you know what I'm saying, where this thing is really, turned upon his head, man, and it takes off,
Yes, sir.
That's
We
it,
here.
man. We here, y'all.
God, watch and pray.
That's
That's
it. A wonderful time to be alive and to understand these prophecies,
That's right.
Absolutely.
So, y'all brothers got anything else y'all want to add in there?
La.
Wow.
All right, that's what's up, man. Well, look, man, this is news and prophecy, financial woes, unjust decrees, Novus, Ordo, Seclorum, man. All right, it's all going down. We pray that you brothers and sisters out there were informed and also edified, man. Very heavy times we living in, man. So this is what the prophets that are upon the watchtower, this is what they're supposed to be doing.
That's right.
So hey, we pray that you were edified. We'll close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out the laborer in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.